Hey guys, welcome to Girl Meets Screen. My name is Norma, your host or whatever. Today we're talking How I Met Your Mother, episodes 1 and 2 of season 2. I didn't realize they were coming out weekly. Otherwise, I would have done it weekly, but it's okay. We can still do it now. So we're gonna do 1 and 2 today, and then I'll upload, I'm hoping, weekly. Quick recap, we have Sid and Anna who were planning on eloping or eloped at the end of the last season. Then we have the whole Sophie and Jesse debacle, and then Josh Peck's character situation of them ending, whatever. So, she's done with both men as far as she knows. And Ian pops back in at the end of season 1. He was her boo thing in the beginning of the season. So that's where she is at. Valentina and Charlie got back together and then broke up. I feel like I missed something there, because in the new season they're broken up, but in the last season they had confessed their love for each other. So, but maybe it's a fast forward thing and it's oh, now they're broken up, I guess. I don't know. I'm gonna go back and check in the last season to see what I missed. But anywho, I think that's all the updates. Being honest, I don't remember what happened with Ellen. I know there was that situation with that girl that she was fully lying to, and I think that girl was just leave me alone. But I think she found a new neighbor to like. So I mean, she does in the new season. Back to season 2. As I said, Ian is back. Sophie pretends she's just been living the easy breezy life in relationships and is yes, let's get together, let's do this. I'm not letting these guys ruin this for me. This is my chance at love. This episode is centered around Sid and Hannah, who eloped, got married at the court or whatever, but they didn't realize, I guess where they went, it was literally just sign the papers. All right, you're married, and they were we're not gonna say I do, we're not gonna whatever. And so they were sad because they were we're gonna have to tell people this story, we eloped. And then this sad little anecdote. So they decide they're gonna have, well, Sid decides he's gonna throw an amazing wedding party, reception essentially, and it's gonna be great, and that's gonna be their wedding story. It doesn't go as planned. Valentina and Charlie are struggling this episode with just being friends. They end up doing a do, and then they're okay, but now, starting now, we're friends, because they accidentally record it and put it into the little wedding video thing they do. So that goes, everybody sees that, and they're but we're friends. Starting now, we're just friends. Drew, Josh Peck's character, who was Sophie's boyfriend, comes back. He's got this orange tan, these extremely white teeth. So he's struggling to deal with this breakup. So yeah, we get a little funniness in him coming back in that. Should have stayed his butt at home, if you ask me, but that's Drew. And then Sophie and Jesse are kind of being jerks to each other, because I think they both don't really know what's going on with the other, if that makes sense. Jesse's dang girl, Ian's here, that's it, you're done. And then she's kind of why is this dude acting like this? I just watched him kiss his ex, and he's going on tour with his ex, so what are we tripping about? So she's trying to avoid them both so that Ian doesn't know, but then they both are in her grill exposing her essentially, and she's just I need air, I'm done. All the feelings have finally surfaced, and she's this is crappy, this sucks. So they end up outside, her and Ian are talking, and he's kind of I don't care about that. I want to give us another chance. I think we could do this thing. And she basically is I don't want to mess that up with the baggage, so I think I just need some time to process. And what did he say? She said something about someday in the beginning of the last season for them. And so he repeats what she said to him. And then that's how that ends. We end with currently happening with the electric slide. They can see that Sid is sad, disappointed, and they're you know what, this will make their day. And she's all right, let's go, we're sliding or whatever, which was corny if you ask me, but it was still kind of cute when they started doing it and all that. So it's cute, it all works out, everyone's having a lovely time. And then we get this I guess fast forward scene where she's driving a car, calling her mom, and she's Mom, please, you have to answer, I think I'm dating my dad. And it's what the heck? And then she crashes into a car, and who is in that car? Wait for it, Barney. Barney is in that car, guys. Barney from How I Met Your Mother. If you don't know, you should, and you need to go watch How I Met Your Mother, because it is a classic. Moving on to episode 2, Episode 2 is kind of based around Sophie being like a pathological liar. Like she just lies about stuff, okay? So Sophie and Valentina, they're at yoga class. They come out, they look a little bit sweaty. She wants to look good and impress Meredith, who is now Jesse's girlfriend. It's his ex who like embarrassed him in a proposal, but they're back together. Her pathological lying prompts her to tell Meredith that she's selling a painting and there's multiple people, really famous rich people who want the painting, da 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 da. It's a lie, it's not true. Along with that lie, she told a neighbor that she photographs home births. In fact, she says she's photographed so many, she could perform one. Yes, that's what she said. So Valentina's like, girl, you just need to tell her. She's like, no, like, what if this is it for me? So Valentina's like, okay, I guess I'm helping you. And then the girl's midwife is like stuck in traffic somewhere, isn't gonna make it. Right then and there, homegirl finds out that Sophie don't actually know what she's doing. But they make it work. Did I mention that the neighbor's Megan Trainor? It's Megan Trainor. I forget what they said her name was, so we're just gonna refer to her as Megan if we need to. But yeah, so that storyline basically ends with them helping her give birth in a shrimp-infested pool. She's doing a home birth, if I didn't mention. And they use shrimp to try to cool down the water because it was too hot. And now she's sitting in shrimp water, giving birth to this baby. Besides the point, very cute little moment. They make it work. She takes some cute little pictures of her with her baby, you know, it's all good. The next storyline we have is Ellen and Charlie. They are roomies, and Charlie has decided to help Ellen get this neighbor girl. So they're like, we're gonna clean up in here. We're gonna leave the door ajar. We're gonna be chit-chatting it up, drinking some drinks. She's gonna walk by. She won't resist being able to come in. Fail. Everyone else in the building comes in, turns into a party. First it's these two old people that they end up liking. He turns it into a party to try to avoid it looking weird. It's a full-blown party. The door gets closed. She's like, who closed the door? And they're like, oh, this girl. Oh my God. And it's the neighbor that she likes. So she's like, you know what? I'm done with this. Ellen is going to go get her girl. Ellen's going to go do her thing. Sorry, y'all. I'm done. Ellen goes and knocks on her door. She's like, girl, what is up? Like, you said you'd call me. You didn't call me. You didn't text me. Like, what's the word? And the girl's like, I spent so much time thinking about it, but then I saw your party and then I wasn't invited. And so I figured you didn't want me texting you anyways. And then, you know, Ellen is like, I threw that party for you. Like, I was trying to be cool for you. So now they both know they like each other and they're both gonna like each other now. And it's great. It's all great. Our next storyline follows Jesse and Meredith. Jesse and his girl, and Sid. Sid is making it clear he's not a fan of Meredith. They all, I'm assuming, think it's because of the proposal. And he's like, no, I like her way before the proposal. So he tells the story about how she ate his burrito when he sent out to eat his burrito. And then Jesse's like, I mean, she apologized, because she, you know, she's like, I'm sorry, I shouldn't eat your burrito. And Jesse's like, can we be done now? And Sid is like, no, like, that's not all that happened in that burrito story. And then homegirl's like, ooh, So Jesse's like, well, I'm gonna need some liquor. I can't do this. My parents used to fight like this. You know, childhood trauma and all. He goes to get whatever. Meredith is telling Sid, you can't tell him that story. I know it was so crappy, but like, I've grown and he's so happy. Don't make him unhappy. And listen, y'all. We don't find out until the end of the episode what it is. So I thought she was like cheating. He overheard a conversation or something deep, right? I'm like, no, Sid, you have to tell him. For whatever reason, in that moment, Sid decides not to say anything. And we're all like, Sid, no, that's your friend. How dare you not tell him? But we don't know what it is yet, right? So personally, I am of the opinion, even after we find out what it is, that one, he should have told him, and two, she should have told him himself after she realized what Sid knew. And her saying like, oh, he's happy, don't ruin his happiness. It's like, so you haven't grown as much as you're saying you've grown. Because if you did, you would know that like that is something you should say to him. Well, it seems smaller. Okay, let's just talk about what it is, right? So at the end of the episode, we get Sid thinking back to like what happened with the burrito situation. He walks in, he overhears her. Basically, she was supposed to go to Jesse's class's recital. I believe Jesse's a music teacher. She was teaching the kids on recorders, so I'm pretty sure he's a music teacher. She's pretending to be sick. So he overhears her talking to someone and she's like, I just pretended to be sick. You think I'm like spending 2 hours on the train to hear some kids do hot cross buns? Ha 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 ha. So that's what he hears. And then we come back to present Sid with a little card that says she doesn't really love you. And personally, I agree. That's how I felt about it. I would never, like if that was me in that same situation and Cameron was here and that's what was happening, you just go. You go to support your partner. Like, why are you talking crap about his little second graders? Go listen to hot cross buns, baby. Go cheer for hot cross buns. Go tell him how great he did at teaching them hot cross buns. You suck. Okay. Now from her side, I can kind of see why she's like, don't ruin his happiness for that. But at the same time, I feel he deserves to know, because if that's who she was throughout that relationship, then he has a completely fake view of her, because she didn't care for like his career and the things he was doing. You know what I'm saying? So it's like on one hand he's thinking like, oh, she was just sick, and like he's thinking she's this supportive or like this loving, caring partner, and there's this huge piece that like isn't true to that. Does that make, I hope that makes sense. So anyways, I still feel like Sid should have told him, but I think he just kind of felt like old news. It's not that deep, because I mean it's not. It's kind of crappy, but it's not. So I don't know. I'm hoping that she's changed, but I don't know. I get a feeling this was put in here because she probably hasn't. But we'll find out. We'll find out. I'm very interested in the continuation of this storyline. And we love us some Sid. Like he's really mulling over not having said anything. I'm also curious if Jesse's even gonna find out about it. This episode ends with Sophie admitting to Meredith that she lied about the whole painting situation, but then she gets a call that her painting sold and she's like, in your face, Meredith. But then she lies again about why there's shrimp in her hair, which she got a problem, y'all. That's all we can say. So I'm enjoying the show. As I've said before on this channel, I love corny, cheesy, fun stuff. So it's a fun show. Can it compete with How I Met Your Mother? Probably not, but like it's still good. It's still good. It's still close. It's very much modern day cheesy, like what it would be like now. So you can't hate on it too much for that. Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed. Like the video if you did. Comment down below. Did you watch? Are you liking the show? Give me your thoughts. Subscribe for more content like this, and I will catch you in the next one. Bye.